Welcome to US Rugby Happy Hour Live. Interviews with the biggest names in American rugby.
The New England Free Jacks, Major League Rugby champions. One-on-one to score.
Here are your hosts, Bill Baker and that other guy.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to US Rugby Happy Hour Live. I'm Bill. This is John Fitzpatrick. Fitzy, how the heck are you?
I'm doing great, man. I'm still pretty excited from round one of MLR.
Oh my God!
One way to start the season.
Yeah, just about every match was back and forth. You know, so and I think I told you I talked to a couple of the announcers after, and one of them was like, "Oh man, I got the boring game." It's like, but his game was back and forth. Like, yeah, what a great opening weekend, and definitely talk about that with our guest coming up later today.
There's a lot going on, man. There's so much rugby going on right now. News coming out. It's exciting.
Well, tons. I mean, I don't know if you saw the schedule for the autumn, the November Nationals, autumn Nationals, like all of them.
Yep.
I don't know if you caught your eye there, but New Zealand, Ireland, Chicago, the same day as USA Scotland. USA Scotland is here in the United States, right? Or
I think that's in Scotland, in Murrayfield.
Okay, that's gonna be really hard for me to get from Ireland to Chicago to Edinburgh.
Well, I mean, they don't have the Concorde jet anymore, but can't you just get in your Gulfstream, Bill, and just zip on over?
Yeah, fuel is so expensive now. Yeah, it's just.
I don't know how you and Taylor Swift get around the world as much as you do, but.
Love, man. It's love. Love powers us around this world. Not just that international window stuff, but I mean other things like I said, Major League Rugby, women's professional rugby. So much news is coming out. I love what Rugby Involved or WER has done. They're day by day they're reaching out there or hitting social medias with more and more. You know, they announced the rosters yesterday. And it's good to see some of the PWR USA Eagles coming back to the country as well. And most of them, I think, going to be here. Then they'll go back. You know, World Cup, go back to their PWR team. One in particular really threw me off today, Rachel Johnson.
Yeah.
And it's funny thing is the way they announced this was retiring from Exeter Chiefs. Oh, wait. Retiring or just leaving?
Wait, hold on a second.
Like, we need to talk to Rachel about this. What is she really doing? But anyway, it's great to see her, Talia Brody, both with Denver. And you got, the Bay Breakers, Alev Kelter and Catherine Trader, having great season. Alev, I cannot wait. When they play Boston, I want to go see them play. And again, speaking of Boston, Katie Benson. Did you get a chance to see the rosters at all?
I saw all the rosters. There were a couple of names I was looking for in particular. We'll get to in a moment. But one, Kate Zachary. I didn't see Kate.
Yeah, that's a good question. I wonder, here's my opinion on that.
Yeah.
I think she's done.
Oh. After the World Cup?
She's done after the World Cup.
Okay.
I don't have anything to base that on except for just my feeling.
Just pure speculation. Okay.
Pure speculation. We're going to be pundits for a few minutes. This is not news. But there were a few. There's plenty of other players out there. Who knows? Those look like full rosters. But, if a Hope Rogers says, hey, listen, I want to play for Boston, then they're going to make room.
Yeah.
But, those are workhorses. And great to see them. I was really worried about this league, who we're going to have come back and play, who is going to be in there. But it's good to see big names like Alev, Noah Lamar.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, I have a feeling she'll be on the team simply because it's just going to be a high-level competition in the run-up to the Rugby World Cup. Get them all playing, all fit and ready to go, firing. That like it makes a lot of sense for her to join a team. I'm excited to see where she does end up.
Oh, 100%, and it could be on a dancing circuit with Dancing with the Stars. But you know what's interesting? They announced the stadiums also. Out of all the stadiums, and I could be wrong here, only one of them is a pure rugby stadium, and that's Veterans Memorial Stadium, where the Boston Banshees going to play, where the Free Jacks play. The rest. Well, actually, no, take that back. Denver's playing on a legit rugby field. So I guess what I'm saying is the only MLR team. So when I saw that, I started looking at schedules. Are they playing back-to-back? Are they sharing? But they're not. They're separate days, at least with the Free Jacks and Banshees. So that's good. Quincy is a great little park. And something else I did, Fitzy, I looked at prices. I want to look at ticket prices and see what's going on. Are they going to do $5 for a ticket? Because remember, we talked to Ross Young about the World Cup in the United States. It says if you're charging $20 a ticket, then you're not really going to expect to get much out of entertainment for that game. So I don't know if it's good or not, but the average, right around the average, is like $40 for the best seats in the house, not counting VIP seats. Okay, that's each one of the teams, and the standing room only is like $28-$30.
Yeah,
that's doable.
Yeah.
You know, we're looking at what, 6 home matches for each team, I think it was. New England actually has 3 at Quincy and 3 in Rhode Island, so they're moving around. The last 3 in Rhode Island, and the rest are just staying put. But that's doable. I agree with that. I'm glad they're charging money, and actually, I'm also glad that they're not piggybacking on MLR matches. I think they're hoping it will work by themselves. Yeah,
they got to do their own thing. They got to stand it up on their own, which I think they can. And I agree. Like you can't. Like you could go an easy route and say charge $5-10 and try and bring in the volume. But you kind of cheapen your product.
It kind of discredits the product, though. You know, you don't want it's not fair. And these players have proven they can play and they can be watched on TV, especially the PWR players and other people who were not in PWR, like Carly, Jenny Cronish, who used to play overseas. Also, you know, they're quality players. Just because they're not playing in PWR doesn't mean they're not quality players. So it's gonna be great to see them all play together, and I think it's gonna be great for USA Women's future as well, even if it's just for 3 months. I forget how long the season is, but yeah, that's all I got. Anything else?
Yeah, I just want to know if they're going to reduce the scrums in PWR or WER as well.
Yeah, listeners, we do have a special treat coming up next week. We do have something in the works where we're going to talk to somebody pretty official about these rules.
Yeah.
And ask them what the take was on it, why, World Rugby is behind it, why do they want to do this? And it's not just Major League Rugby. It's around the world they're talking about this. They're talking about how MLR is trialing these laws because there have been other laws in MLR that have moved on to the international level, have on to bigger other leagues as well, competition. So it's interesting to see. They are keeping an eye on MLR and, may not be for the exact reason we want them to, but at least they're talking about the league, so that's good to know. All right, Fitz, let's do this. Talking about MLR, our guest today is waiting for us, and we as usual, have a special introduction for him, and let's hear it.
And now it's time. Once an Ivy League footballer, but today the green turf for rugby calls. New England Free Jacks, 2023 draft pick, 23rd overall. Now Charlotte's leading light, Major League Rugby's 2024 Rookie of the Year. A junior, looking for a senior. Let's welcome.
Oh, I like that.
Clubs. Junior Gafa.
Junior Gafa.
Wait, hold on, Bill. That line, junior looking for a senior cap. Oh, I love that line. Sorry.
That is going to win us an Oscar or a Tony or something that's shiny.
In all the categories, not just one of them. Yeah.
not just one of them. Junior, how are you, man?
Yeah, I'm all good, Bill. Good to see you guys, Fitz. Good to see you guys.
Good to see you too. Last time I ran into you was after your final regular season match of the year in New England, and we said a quick hello to you, and it was good to see you then. It's really good to see you right here on this screen as well. I asked you how you're doing, but how has your off season been? What's been keeping you busy, man?
Yeah, off season's been good. Yeah, I was able to get back to Charlotte and compete in the ARP season with Charlotte Men's Rugby Club. So just try to get some of those meaningful match minutes in during the off season. Stay busy and keep it around rugby. So, but yeah, it was all good. We made a trip up there to Quincy actually. Played the boys up there in Mystic. So yeah, it was a good time. Yeah,
good hard competition. The jingle reminded me of something. A question just came to mind. It mentions you played football, at Brown. And before that, obviously, too. But how did you ever flip the switch from, throwing your body at ball carriers, in football to tackling rugby in the same year? I mean, it's you hurt yourself, obviously, if you did that.
Yeah. No, yeah, it was actually a bit of fun. Yeah, so I was played football 4 years over there at Brown. Tried to get out there, play rugby every now and then, but just couldn't get the full okay from the coaches, but was able to make it out that way my senior year, right after our last game was before Thanksgiving break. So right when that Thanksgiving break came around, hopped over to the rugby pitch for a couple touch matches, touch games, and then just decided to come out with the boys. They took me in, arms out, so it was a lot of fun. Yeah. Dave LaFlamme and the team out there. So yeah.
Now, Junior, speaking of football players, I think I have this right. I think I saw on Connor Mooneyham's Instagram on one of his stories recently, Christian McCaffrey maybe was training with a bunch of the Anthem players. Is that right? Were you part of that training session?
Yeah, I was in that training session. Yeah, we new signee, MLR's new signee for Anthem. Actually,
breaking news right here.
Yeah, we just we popped up into the gym that day, and the forwards were all coming out of their gym session, and I thought they were just messing with me, saying that CMC was in there. Getting a pump in, but he had just started his lift during our lift as well. So we actually got to work out with him, not with him, but alongside with him. Yeah, he took up one of the racks, but yeah, unreal. Some of the workouts he was doing, and just some of the personalized things he's doing during his off season to get right. But.
No, strictly from a fantasy football perspective, is Achilles tendon's okay? Can we draft him in the first round next year?
he was working upper body, so I can't say much about his lower bodies right now. But I'm sure he'll be full-fledged once the season comes around.
Non-official prognosis, but last question on Christian. And pardon the pun, were you able to convert Christian into a rugby fan?
So Storty actually, he tried to plug Anthem in there towards the end of it. He told him he should come out to a game, and he was all for it. So just gotta, try to get connected with his people, with Storty's people, and see if they can work something out. But hopefully get him out to a game. I think he's supposed to be in North Carolina for the next month or so doing training. So it'd be nice to get him out to first home match. Yeah.
Of course, Storty has people.
His people to his people. Yeah.
All right, Junior. Congrats, Rookie of the Year 24. You're one of your newer teammates, Sam Gola, 23, Rookie of the Year. Tell us about that moment. Let's go back. Tell us about that moment you found out that you were honored with this award. Was it short-lived, or time to focus on the next season, or did you take some time to really let it sink in?
It was kind of unexpected, honestly. I got a call from Al. And we kind of talked through it all, said his congratulations, and kind of marinated in that moment with him. Our connection is pretty tight, so we just went through it together. Yeah, hopped on the phone, called my mom and everyone, and let them know. But it was a bit of a quick turnaround coming into ARP season too. But real blessing, huge honor, and a lot of big footsteps to follow with Sam as well. So, was very appreciative of the award, though. Yeah.
And you didn't, like, your first match at that, the dirt grass field that Charlotte has there? Sorry. Did you run out with the award? Hey, guys, look what I got.
I don't think they cared all that much. But, looking for that win out there on Charlotte's field. So, kept busy.
Yeah, I've had a few beers in their clubhouse over the day. I used to play against them as well. But actually, when I went down to see you guys play last year for the first game, that Saturday, my old club was playing there on that field, so it was good to go see those guys play. And it's actually one of the first fields at least in the South, if not the country, on the East Coast, that was actually owned by a club, a men's club. So it's a pretty historic field, if you put it that way. Yeah.
Good.
All right, so. Yeah. So other than ARC, after winning that award, being honored that, what were you doing as far as, moving on, let's say? Did you realize, okay, I need to build off of this and not just be a one-hit wonder? I need to, almost like the sophomore album for a band.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I think those thoughts were going on right after the season. So had a good first campaign, but just kind of the building blocks to what my career is hopefully going to become. So got right back to training, just stuck around Charlotte for the time being, and try to build with the coaching staff and the team that stayed behind. But I had a lot of conversations with the coaching staff that we kind of kept back, and it's the exact same theme that we're talking about right now. So it's making the most out of all the foundation that we built in that first year, and just trying to carry that into a successful following year, so sophomore year, yeah.
Yeah, Junior, let's talk about the Anthem offseason. I mean, pretty busy, right? A number of players brought in. We'll talk about some of them there in a second here. But, what I always find fascinating about personnel moves in Major League Rugby is that sometimes the players kind of, I shouldn't say have a say, but they almost can influence some of the decisions, right? So the decision to join Anthem, right? Drafted by New England, loaned to Anthem. New England was like, wow, Junior played really well. We want him back in the mix. And Anthem was probably like, whoa, wait a second. We're not going to hand this loan back. I guess talk us through all of that in terms of, from a player perspective, like how it worked in terms of you staying with Anthem. Did you have some say in that decision? Did you want to go back to New England? Yeah, tell us about all that.
Yeah, I think both parties were pretty reasonable when it came to the time to make that decision. Both just wanted the best for me and what I thought was the best for me as well. So, I was excited to do either, to be honest. Yeah, Anthem, I built a very strong foundation with the coaching staff and the program as well. Grew a lot of good connections and met a lot of good people that I wanted to stick around and stay with to continue that journey after an inaugural year. So, and then same thing at the Free Jacks. I'd been through the program and been through the grassroots of a bit of it with the independents, and knew a lot of the senior players and even the management over there as well. So had some really good connections that I wouldn't have minded to come back to as well, and a great culture and environment to build into as well. So the ultimate decision just came down to kind of that inaugural year, just what we built in that first year, what I started coming to Charlotte, to North Carolina, and trying to stick with that and staying the course, really. So understanding that it's going to be a bit of a journey, but something that I think I'll hold very special, hold close to my heart when the time comes to keep on pushing through the growing pains at times, but then also their commitment to kind of player development. So it's been a lot of focus on our development, especially as young players coming through the ranks of the league. But it's been, you see and feel the growth throughout your time here, especially in my first year. I felt it firsthand. So,
Mm-hmm. Well, you probably thought, hey, I'm staying in Charlotte. It's warmer down here. You probably thought you weren't going to see snow anymore, but of course, Charlotte's been hit by a couple of snowstorms.
This preseason was not the preseason that I remember last year.
Cutting into your golf time. Do you play at all?
I know how to swing the club, but I'm not all that good. Yeah, some of the guys can get into it though, for sure. So I gotta go take some lessons with Clarky or Al. Actually, I think Al's got a pretty good swing on him. So,
Okay.
Well, what else do you do there, Junior? I mean, I know Charlotte pretty well. Some great mountain biking, Pisgah Park. There's a great lake there. What do you do to keep yourself busy off the field?
Yeah, it's been pretty busy preseason, so we haven't been able to get out too much. But coffee club's definitely a big one for the boys. Get on our off days and get out for a cup of coffee, try a new spot every time. I know about their hiking trails out here. I know about their water park, or their white water center, one of the biggest in the country. Yeah, so I definitely want to try one of those out when the time comes. But
you have to sign a waiver if you fall out of one of those slides. It's not the team's fault. Anyway,
NASCAR country down there. We got to get you in a race car.
Oh, yes. Actually, we went down for saw the pit crew kind of get after it. So saw one of their training sessions, a 45-minute session, but they're in and out. Yeah, Daytona just came through, and we know one of the boys on the team, Logan. I used to play for Utah. Yeah. So he's on one of the teams, RFK Racing. Yeah. They had a car actually flip out, number 60 in Daytona. Yeah, it was crazy.
I used to do a lot of work I still do some work for NASCAR, but I used to go to all the tracks also and work there, and to be in the grid before the race or on the grid where the cars are, and then hang out behind one of the pits during the race. Yeah, it's kind of scary actually.
Insane, yeah. We're watching the training, and these cars are just flying at these guys, the pit crew, and they're just running right in front of it, fearless. Not scared that it's going to hit them. Yeah.
I guess that's like rugby.
All right. Speaking of scary, if you ask me, off-season team moves. Fitzy alluded to us a second ago. Just to list off a few players: Connor Moodingham, Mitch Wilson, Storty was drafted, Sam Gola, McKean Alicon, just to name a few. Last year, obviously, it must have been tough. Plenty of bright moments, but window seasons are not fun for anybody. So the team's off-season moves must make you excited about this year.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, those, to name a few. Honestly, there's unreal additions to the team. Storty, Mitch, Connor, all adding great expertise to our backline. A lot of good experience and almost like coach player roles that have been teaching the boys some unreal knowledge of the game. Even some of our draftee picks, Ashanti Staples, bringing a lot of speed to the game. EJ with his carries as well, and then even Jason Tidwell from Dallas. Yeah, unreal ad for the boys. Yeah, and up front, the big boys up front. Sam Gullah taking the lead with the boys, and then even getting Joe Picotoa back this next year was huge for us. So yeah.
I mean, Sean Clark, he's known for at the time when he was playing in Dallas, when he played on the wing, he was they called him the world's tallest swinger. I think Dallas had some injuries and they threw him on. He actually played pretty well. I think he settled back appropriately back into the forward pack. But I guess if some of the new players, I shouldn't say new players, if some of the players that have come to the team this year, are there any that maybe you've kind of been drawn to in terms of kind of picking their brain or learning more about the game, things like you can pick up to make your game better? Yeah,
100%. Yeah, I think the obvious one is Storty. I think he brings a lot from the college game, and he's been around the game and knows a lot that I'm learning every single day from Mitch Wilson, just his rugby IQ and experience with the game, his defensive kind of knowledge and understanding really helps me kind of open up my game and be a better player overall. Connor is always adding stuff in the meetings, stuff that have never thought of about different ways the defenses are moving and making those reads. So those to name a few. Yeah, up front, Maka, we talked about it already. What a defensive weapon he is, and kind of brought it out in this first game as well. I think, lots to learn from a lot of these players. So
yeah, I guess with more veteran or capped men's Eagles on the Anthem roster this year, bringing their professionalism and their experience, leadership. Do you feel like there's been like a vibe shift this year?
Yeah, you definitely felt it during the preseason too. Last year we didn't kind of have that full preseason, but having kind of full wind rolling into this year, you feel the growth that we've made since even the end of last year. So having that time to really bond and gel with one another and grow those connections that we may not have had on a shorter preseason, but it's been real good to cultivate a culture that you really want to play for one another, and I think that's what we've done in this preseason. So I think this week will be a good test of that, good show of that as well. Getting a full-fledged roster to come out for San Diego and show what we've been trying to put together over here in Charlotte. So,
Junior, let's talk about the season here now, which you alluded to. Does Anthem, have a different set of goals than other MLR clubs? I mean, we mentioned just with player development, US Eagles type of stuff. the eagle's nest, some people would call it. I heard that somewhere. Are there maybe more goals than just winning MLR games or getting to the finals?
Yeah, I think especially this year, our DNA has kind of been so.
It was kind of. What was he going to say? Hold on, we lost you.
Cliffhanger.
We lost
Tune in
you.
next week.
Sorry, go on.
No, good. Yeah, I think our DNA. Someone says the same. We have our 3 core values of preparation, presentation, and celebration. So, just making sure that we're preparing well, what we know as our routine, and what we set forward, and presenting ourselves in the best way possible. So taking that week to week, understanding that the results will take care of themselves if we show up every week and do the work that we've put in throughout the week leading up to the game. So those have stayed the same, but definitely some of the additions that we made is, just staying in the fight, our speed, and outworking our opponents to the best of our ability. So bringing that young energy that we have as a team and using that to our advantage in those moments of towards the end of the halves, and just capitalizing on each and every second of those.
Now, it's been 1 year for you, so this may be a little too soon to ask you. Are there players in the league you love playing against or hate playing against? Center position, as you know, can be quite brutal. Lots of contact.
Yeah.
Many collisions with Polisike or Tavit Lepete, that kind of thing.
Yeah. No, I think it's you watch the games and you see how powerful the kind of center groupings are all throughout the league. Leroy Milan and Wayne Van Der Beek, one to say, what a group. And then Polisike as well, Mika Cruze up there in Seattle now, just watching him this past week with Dan, and powerful runners. So a little mix of both. Be able to share the field with these guys, but then also just gotta play up against it. So love-hate relationship, I guess.
Junior, speaking of the coaching staff there, I guess you guys call Coach Al for short. Certainly easier to say. But how has he encouraged? How has he encouraged your growth or helped you develop as a rugby player? Like, what feedback has he given you in terms of, okay, Junior, this is how you make that next step?
Yeah, 100%. Coach Al has been a huge resource to me throughout my time, especially starting out in the league. He's been a big mentor, and that coach I could turn to for really anything beyond rugby as well. So you get that just like vulnerability aspect of it to kind of open up my game and get real down and deep into the roots of it. But every week we're kind of checking in and making sure that we have the knowledge and resources that we need to prepare well each week. So I think, as we touched on before, we have systems set up here at Anthem that allow us to have those one-on-one conversations, have those meetings if we need be with whatever coach is needed for each player. So I think having that available to us has been huge. But not just Al, the whole coaching staff bring a lot of expertise, really. Elvis and Kuka from Dallas. He's been a huge help to the boys in the defensive game. So just got to put it together for him and show what it's our growth really is.
You mentioned earlier, MMM, meaningful match minutes, a phrase that we've heard Scott Lawrence talk about, in conversations with other MLR head coaches. Players are on rosters that, aspire to play for the men's Eagles, playing rugby, playing meaningful minutes beyond the MLR season. That's why you play with Charlotte, and others have played in the off seasons, high-level men's club. So speaking of Scott, obviously as the head coach of the 15s program, how much influence does he have on how the team plays, day to day, or does Coach Allen, the staff there at Anthem, have the autonomy to play Al style, so to speak? If that's even, I know I shouldn't say that, but like, yeah, like how much of an influence does Scott have on the Anthem program?
Yeah, I'm sure there's. Yeah, I'm honestly not too sure. Nothing that I can see really, to be honest. So a lot of what we're running here is from what we see as players and as a leadership group is Anthem's DNA itself. Yeah, so maybe there's something else higher than my pay grade that will ever be that's going on. But I think most of it is what we've built, especially in this first year. Our first year, and then continuing it into this year as well. So.
Oh, well, speaking of Scott Lawrence, USA Rugby, let's touch about that now. What do you need to do to get into Scott Lawrence International Fit or 0 Gs? Some of the veterans we've spoken to express how tough it is to train and play at that level all the time. Are you there? Do you have that?
Yeah, 0 Gs. Yeah, we have. I've experienced some of those training sessions before, but man, they're tough. Yeah, they're 100%. It's not a regular training session. It's not something for the week for sure. So I hope to think I am. Yeah, but we'll see. Definitely.
And I read somewhere that when you were young, you had this dream to represent USA in rugby one day. Assuming you still have that drive, but also, even then when you were playing age grade rugby, etc., who did you look up to in rugby? Was there a favorite player, maybe a parent or someone who played?
Yeah, I started rugby a little later. I started my sophomore year of high school, so I always knew of the game, but I grew up around football, really. My brothers all play, but I always knew the big names, kind of the Sonny Bill Williams and Quay Coopers of the game, Jonah Lomwin, even Maaz, and so playing against him I didn't get to play against him, but seeing him during that San Diego game was dream come true. So all good fun.
Yeah. So when you first started playing rugby, did you start off as a center, or were you playing other positions?
I think I started off at wing, to be honest. Yeah, I think with him in the wing, and I think I joined like mid-season. My brother's men's club team at LA Rugby, and just hopped out on the wing. Knew some of the boys already on the team, and eventually, I think made my way into the middle of the field, and
As a center, what do you prefer? Making a guy miss or running through someone?
Yeah, I think those are two very good feelings. Very good feelings. But I love the contact of the game. I appreciate the art of it if there is one for it. But it's always good to kind of get that confidence from strong carries and take that into with the rest of the game. So
So let's ask the question here. I mean, you're with Anthem. As Bill mentioned earlier, he read that you had a dream to play for the men's Eagles one day. So, do you have national team related goals? Like, what's your goal? Yeah. Aspirations. There's the word I'm looking for.
Yeah. We definitely have. I have plans to hopefully wear that jersey one day, and hopefully sooner than later. And I'll fight this entire season to earn those minutes. But I think pulling on that USA jersey is definitely a dream of mine, and hopefully take it as far as I can, as far as the body holds up. So wear as long as I can. Yeah.
So that's your goal right there. I was going to ask you next was, what are your national team goals? Obviously making the team, hopefully sooner than later. Make the World Cup team. Are these things that you think about a lot, or you're just like, listen, let's just concentrate on Anthem, getting better? I mean, I don't think you're thinking right now, I want to be the greatest center to ever pull on an Eagles uniform. Not yet, maybe.
No, 100%. It's definitely goals that you just mark down, but it's about those small wins throughout the journey. So just like this season, taking it week by week and making sure. I'm full and ready for each game and available, and my best fit and my best form to be able to go out there and put together those small battles to get to the eventual goal. So Yeah.
Speaking of that, after the season was over, a full season for you, how'd you feel? How were you health-wise? How was your body?
Yeah, definitely. After a number of games, it starts to add up. But I think towards the end of the season, I was, surprisingly not too bad. I was definitely banged up more than I would be in a July form. But I think we do a pretty good job over here to keep the boys all healthy and all ready. So Otoko does a great job in the S&C programs, and Michael and Zach in our physio room. So they really take care of the boys. But
let's talk about the Charlotte for a second. American Legion Stadium, I think, is beautiful. Great location, grass field. Fitzy mentioned earlier. Great view of downtown, the skyline. Again, one season, but did you get an idea of other stadiums? Are there other stadiums that you looked around and thought, this is a pretty cool place?
Yeah, not too far from American Legion is the Bank of America Stadium, and I hopefully will get one game in there one day. But we go out there for a couple of the Panthers game this past season, and then we made it out to some of the MLS games that they host up there. And man, what a crowd they get up there! So maybe in this upcoming year we'll see a game towards the end of the year over there in Bank of America. But and then I think that's the main one. Yeah.
Well, what about, actually, I was curious as well as far as the crowd for your home games. I think it went up and down. That first game was pretty good. You had some good fans out there. What was it throughout the year? Did it go up, or is this kind of consistent where it was?
Yeah. That first game was a big show out for the boys. Hopefully we'll get that again this Friday. But yeah, after that first one, I think we had a bit of a drop off, but it stayed pretty consistent after that. So good crowd. Yeah, some of the other teams travel well too. So I think Free Jacks brought a giant section themselves, to that first game. But
Junior, one question I have for you, because and obviously you have a rugby background. You started playing in high school, which I would say, myself, I didn't start playing rugby till I got to college, and I think that's probably similar to the vast majority of American rugby players, right? So like they see, Junior, he played football at Brown. He's one of those crossover athletes, right? Like a football player who's athletic at ball skills, could tackle, could run, and now is playing rugby. So everyone's like, the pathway of, if we could just take college football players and turn them into rugby players, we'd be the best in the world, right? So I guess I'd love and I'm sure you've heard this quite a bit, but I'd love your point of view. Just one, when you were playing at Brown, some of your football teammates, were they like, Junior, what are you doing over there? That looks actually kind of fun. Yeah. But then two, the larger question is just like, is that a legit pathway, right? Where you've got college football players who, again, you're playing. If you're playing Division I football, you're a good athlete, right? And obviously, not everyone can go to the next level and play at the NFL or something like that. And obviously, there's transferable skills, mental and physical to playing rugby. Is that a legit pathway where there are opportunities for, say, Division I football players or any Division I male athletes and women athletes to play rugby, to be a legitimate pursuit after college, men's, women's pathway?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I think there definitely is. Yeah, like you said, there's a lot of D1 players that don't really go on to that next level and don't make that transition. And you see some of those athletes making those transitions into rugby and some of their successes as well. We at Brown, encouraged a lot of the walk-ons to join the team, and it's a close word over there. So we had a lot come in, and some of them were football athletes, and some of them really tore up the field and contributed well to the game over there. So there's definitely a lot of transferable skills, like you said, to bring to the game. A lot of athletic freaks that you would be surprised to come onto the pitch and really have a big impact on the game. I think there's a mix of emotions for those guys to join. I think some of them are a little scared for that contact without padding, or just the concussions and stuff like that, thinking it's not as safe. But I think once they get into the mix of it and get a feel for the game, they really enjoy the aspect of being able to play both sides of the ball, attack and defense, and get their hands on the rock and have some fun with it. So I think it's just a matter of finding a good way for them to transition into the game would really open it up, I think, for the game in the US maybe. Yeah.
You know, I got a bone to pick with Brown. Many years ago.
Yeah, they didn't accept you, Bill. They threw down your application.
No, I didn't apply. So anyway, years ago, I don't know if Brown still had the Sevens tournament these days, but I'm not going to say what year because it's before you were born. Anyway, we were playing at Brown. We were in the finals against Brown, and we were called for I think rolling with the ball, whatever they call it, is there too much to score the finals winning championship try. Our teammates bitched the referee. Not your teammates, but Brown teammates did the right thing, tapped the ball, ran the entire length of the field to win the whole damn thing.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say it's our fault, but it was probably our fault. But still, I'm so pissed. We're a little D3 college out of New Hampshire playing against Brown, and we could have beat them. But anyway, I haven't forgot about it.
We were holding on to that one for a while.
I can't see it, but I got a picture on the wall right there.
Oh. Send that picture to me. I'll put it in a note and send it to the admin to
the school. It's like, hey, can you just give this guy an honorary degree or something? Just
change that score.
Yeah, Junior Gafa, man, this has been great. Thank you so much for coming on here. It's been a pleasure. Good luck this season. Good luck this weekend against San Diego. It will be a tough one, but you guys can do this. I know you guys can. We're cheering for you.
Cheers. Appreciate it, Bill. Thanks, Fitzy. Yeah, good seeing you guys. We'll see you guys soon.
All right. Cheers.
Thanks, you.
Yeah, a good guy. I really enjoyed talking to him in person when they played against the Free Jacks end of the season. Mm-hmm. I'm happy for them. Actually, they don't have the Free Jacks for the first game and the last game. Yeah. But it's no easier for them. In LA last week, San Fran this week. It's a tough road for that team.
Yeah. I think high expectations for the club to step up, and as Junior mentioned, just the vibe shift, right? With the clear goal of what the team can accomplish. And I'm excited to see what they're going to do. And I think a lot of people are predicting that Anthem are going to win a few games this year, maybe a slower start than they liked against NOLA, but you can't overlook any team, obviously. And if an MLR club makes that mistake, then the Anthem will make them pay. And I think that's going to make everyone better, right? The level of competition goes up in MLR. And hey, if we're producing more and better Eagles for the 15s program, I mean, it's a win-win. So,
interesting note about Junior, he's won a couple of titles in rugby already. Yeah. When he played in college, before Brown out west, the club he played for, they won the Nationals. And then they won the 2022 rugby championships, collegiate rugby championships. I don't know, it was CRC, whatever, the D1 level. So 2 championships there, right there. I'm sure he had a good part in that. So now with Anthem, will they win the Shield? Most likely not. I think their odds are against them this year. But it seems like a winner,
Yeah, absolutely.
He plays 1 year for Brown, or not even 1 year. Pretty much was, the end of the 15th season and maybe some sevens in the spring. And then played with the Free Jacks developmental side, I forget the name, Independent Reds at one point. And they saw something good in him to draft him number 23rd. So
yeah, exactly. Yeah. Given the midfield that they had with Wayne Vanderbeek and LaRue Milan and Massage, and all the players that they were bringing back, this New England to be like, hey, we want to bring him back in the mix here. I mean, that talks about the type of player he's become and where he can go. So as an Old Glory DC fan, I'm glad that Anthem held on to Junior and he's not on New England.
I think New England's okay in their centers still. So.
Okay. Yeah, they got a couple of
They're all right. Guys. They're old. They're not forever. All right, buddy, let's play it out.
And now,
you know what I'm talking about. A little Fresh Prince feel to it.
Footballer, but today the green turf for rugby calls. New England Free Jacks, 2023 draft pick, 23rd overall. Now Charlotte's leading light, Major League Rugby's 2024 Rookie of the Year. A junior, looking for a senior. Eagles cap. Let's welcome Anthem Rugby Club's Junior Gafa.
All right, buddy. Good stuff.
Yes.
Check in next week.